Sports. Northern Dancer was a champion race.
This is LK34, Animal Planet. BRUX 34, Animal Planet, Time Warner Cable lineup, zip code 14201. We are the zip code, the channel lineup of Scientific Atlanta.
Stood till 1973 when Secretariat would beat it. Northern Dancer went on to win the Preakness, but fell short of the Triple Crown.
This is the Sabres live
in the final.
He would
head on to Canada and win the last race of his career, the Queen's Plate.
The Queen's Plate.
Crowd. However,
hello, Sabres. Say hello to our fans.
In his front left leg would end his career.
Front left leg.
All those racing accomplishments.
Thank you for being honest.
Of his influence, though.
Sabres.
Stallion went on to become the greatest
Pass the puck
of his
in the rear wheel. Paramount, Snow Mountain,
the first one to demand
$13
stud fee in the world.
Beyond.
1974 to 1988, his offspring led the Keeneland.
Lindy Ruff, we love you.
Amassing over $160
Linwood, hello.
In sales.
Ruffalo, 66.
Won by horses that were connected.
Run by horses. Well, thank you, Sabres, for being honest. Pink Shorts is filmed in front of a live democracy, republic, both exposed and approved. Thank you for writing MREL, the new safety video. This is Auditorium Station, Auditory Nerve, a CBIS iPhone. This is Pink Shorts, the use of land zoning, patented. We built it, Seminelli, and communicating with your patents. Left leg, right eye, V2K, S1, L5. Via my client's medulla, left leg, my primary cortex, left leg, my primary visual, left leg, my primary auditory, left leg, my arcuate fasciculus, left leg, my hippocampus, left leg, my vertical, left leg, my BRCA, left leg, my angular gyrus, left leg, or any other part of the left or right hemisphere of the brain is an agreement of identical evidence, and following verbatim of all programming is an indication that my client is being stung by U.S. technology and on one-side media. Discretion of all content will be used for the new or television network on Merriweather Businesses. Contact us at 594-1443. Pay your Geico bills at 1-800-932-8872. We'll cancel your policy if there's too many glass claims. Permeable glass. Fantastic sums. Get a perm. Get a permeable perm. Permeable glass chip. Left leg. Call Miss Cleo. Call me now. 1-800-98-ISABEL 08637. The Weather Channel. They tried to tell everyone this is a project in the weather. Miss Yuri Harris is no longer with us as of a few weeks ago. This is anonymous. They're in. Okay, anonymous says they're in. Oh well. Two-party consent law is required to record or eavesdrop on any confidential communication, including a private conversation with the President of the United States or the White House verbatim software, only from MerriweatherA.Law. It is a crime to record or eavesdrop on any confidential communication, including a private conversation, telephone call, Google Hanging, Google Hangouts. This is a news program. Consent of all parties to the conversation is in violation of Penal Code 632, January 18th, 3:34 a.m. Yes, we understand, Sabres. Sabres, hello. Thank you, Bass Pro Shops. We totally get fishing, hunting, and the next stop, which is Seneca. It goes into the building.
And Internet 863.
And Internet, thank you, Sabres. We love the Sabres and Lindy Ruff. You. Statutes and limitations don't apply in this show. We'll explain that in the next Sabres comment, or the President or the White House. Intrusion claims in California lasts for 2 years, according to Code Section 335.1. Recognize intrusion upon seclusion claims or page 2 of your wireless bills. We've settled there before. You don't even know the refunds we give you. It's on your telephones. Look at page 2, page 6, New York Post Code versus Howell. We've already settled. Earning some credit, go. It spells Geico. Intrusion claims is a special form of invasion of privacy, intentionally intrudes physically, out to the exclusion of another. Woohoo! In moist states. Yes, Sabres baseball. We know Daryl Strawberry and Edward Rosario are part of our lives. Intrusion on seclusion is a plaintiff must generally establish four elements. First, defendant without authorization must have intentionally invaded the private affairs of the plaintiff or a babysitting business. Check. We would love to. Second, offensive to the reasonable person or a babysitting business. Check. Third, intruded upon must have involved a private matter and a babysitting business. Check. Finally, must have caused mental anguish or suffering to the plaintiff. Mass tort claims intrusion upon seclusion. Mass torts involves not doing your job correctly. That is any position. If you're not doing it correctly, it's considered a tort claim. We would love to with the president or anyone from the White House because it's so much money. You might as well have what you want. I'm very excited to do today's show. I'm very savvy from head to toe. I did everything you wanted me to do. Audio experience, a love song, motivational speaker, richest man in the world. Yeah, they are. Trading, universe, world, and galaxy. Save me some of that peach cobbler. Paint the short way. I said everything you needed. Highest paid singer in the world. Tweet us via early or late at FRESH_JORDNZ. I wish I was ordained to do the ceremony. Every 20 minutes of the hour. Remember 311 author speakers training process on Eagle Street. The Eagle is the logo of the U.S. Postal Service. The sheriff's office, I changed to Republican on that street. Remember 2511 all to speed your screening process. All that was us being aligned in our escape. A 3-ounce container, American and United Airlines. I'm Virgin Airlines and I'm Virgin Mobile. That runs off Sprint. I'm the Virgin Mary. Safe Vernon Merriweather. Fast. Vernon Merriweather, Virgin Mary. And you'll get, I'm Catholic. Today's show is MerriweatherA.Law, America's first singing attorney. We made the law soundtrack sound wonderful the way it should have been, besides everything. I would love to go to a hockey game. I would love to. I would love the Stanley Cup conversations on First Student Bus again. Today's show is sponsored by QRM Agency and the new All Broadcast Media Network. Stanley, we'll never forget those conversations on the First Student Run. The Stanley manager, Dale Strawberry, metadata storage, NSA, the Mets, who doesn't remember? Blue, orange, and white. I love a song, Close the Door, Seatbelts. The music will sink into the sound system. 67 degrees is the temperature. We're in a 2017. Luxury from me to you, Linda Ruff. Who's the sponsor there? Roll your windows up, you can roll your windows down. You can ride with us to get the finer things in life. I'm sure they are there for a reason. I agree. That's the zone. To get the finer things in life. Today's show is Pink Shorts Adobe Willustrator Free, featuring Nicole Blowacki and the Chevy Beretta Chevy Glade Cruise. And 184 Connecticut. I have nothing to do with those vehicles. Wait, when it sounds like you do, I have nothing to do with those vehicles at all. Chevrolet Cruze is a wonderful vehicle. Chevrolet Beretta, wonderful. The Chevrolet Equinox, we're all voting. Wonderful vehicle. Chevrolet Impala, I'm plain. I'm sure these vehicles have no reference to communism. Today's a show of someone else. The resume of someone else. We let someone make any left turn on Kenmore to Delaware, the credit card regulation state. Route 25. Today's show is Soundtruck Zoning. You've built it. LK BRUX, bankruptcy spelled shortly. 34. Animal Planet. apples. V. Mary O2, Harvard Law School Zip. V. Siri, V. Alley, the West Valley Demonstration Project. CDMA Code Division Multiple Access, and GSM Supervisor Ethan. All ethnicities must separate with these bioterrorism. MBI is not bioterrorism. We're in the endocrine system. Hello in bioterrorism. Chat. Right, that we knew. Email Emma title VIHSBC with iPhone or 1048 refund. Mistakes in programming differences part LKBRUX. Bankruptcy abbreviated. 34 miles wide, only way to go. Hello, Sabres.
Channels 85. 10:30 a.m. Liverpool faces Arsenal on Sirius.
I've read the intro. It says that you agreed to be on the show.
Sirius XM sports schedule for Sunday, August 14th. Please remember all games, matches, and events.
Please remember 311. I play hockey with my best friend every day in the runway of the airport. We have 5 gates.
Houston Texans take on the San Francisco 49ers. Home feeds on Sirius XM.
We also have a pool, which is the Hudson River, and a White House, which caught on fire.
225 and Internet 812. In Major League Baseball with all-time.
We want to say hi to my best friends, all of my best friends. Hello.
Home feeds on Sirius 215, XM 177, and Internet 847.
I play very well. Yes, I do, Sabres.
1 p.m. Toronto Blue Jays face the Houston Astros. Home feeds on Sirius 29, XM 89.
Today's show is sponsored by MerriweatherA.Law, law firm and salary advances, sub-prorated bonuses, tuition and marketing and review courses, reimbursement, relocation and real estate benefits, acquisition agents apply within state all qualifications. The best response wins. Revenue incentives or donate the title VI HSBC CBS iPhone. Loan forgiveness. America's top law schools. Thank you, Buffalo Sabres. Let's get to our video. It's the president again. Nope. Again, this is our verbatim software. Same show. Different words. He's on a script. Wait, maybe that means we have inspired the president and what he says to the media. 2, 4, 6, 7, CNN, 8, Fox. Well, that's true. Let's see if they're willing to give us a payment for that. Some writing credit. I inspired everything. That's why it's verbatim. Let's take a look. Today's show is sponsored by Gilead Pharmaceuticals. We are leading the platoon into the 45th President of the United States, Viacom Networks. All right, here we go. Here we go.
As I remember,
3
years ago, 5 years ago,
420 ago, we're weed friendly. This cable lineup
break out nuclear capacity.
is nuclear capacities. New Sean.
This worked.
I've got a hat. New era.
Josh Letterman.
Josh Letterman, hello.
President. Repeatedly now,
Hello, Josh Letterman.
Will be rigged against him, challenging really the core foundation.
Hello,
of the
Twitter.
system.
Candy for
Can
all.
you promise the American people that this election will be conducted in a fair way? And are you worried that comments like his could erode the public's
Today's show is
faith
sponsored by
in the outcome of the election?
883-4011.
And if he does win, given that you
American,
fit,
$3
what will you say to
grand.
the American people?
41st Niagara, 11. At least the one.
At the end of the day, it's the
At the end of the day,
decision.
Gilead
I
can
have one vote.
remedy
I have
these
the same vote you do.
issues.
I have the same vote that
It's just it's cheaper to keep them than pay them.
all the voters who are eligible all across.
Give them Medicare, Medicaid.
I've offered my opinion, but
They'll
ultimately
get sick.
it's
They'll
the
get
American
better.
people's decision to
They'll
make the election.
maintain.
And somebody wins the election,
They'll depend on us instead
and they're
of
a president.
having
And
their own money.
my constitutional responsibility is to peacefully
That's
transfer
true.
power
That's
to
what
that
you do.
individual and do everything I can to help them succeed.
And we appreciate that. You got us this far.
It is
Something we needed.
I don't even really know where to
in the
start
House.
answering this question. Elections will not be
That it's
rigged.
okay.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
The federal government
The
doesn't
federal
run
government doesn't
the election process.
want the election process.
States
States may
cities,
direct
and communities all across the
Vacancies.
country. They're the ones who
1994.
set up the voting system.
A year before O.J. Simpson. A year
If
before
Mr.
Tom
Trump is
Foley.
suggesting that there is a conspiracy
Conspiracy
that
theory.
is being propagated
To being propagated
across the country.
across the country. I've inspired his
including in
messages,
places like
which
Texas,
probably means I've inspired the legal team,
where
where
typically
we
it's not
dismiss
Democrats who are in charge of voting booths.
voting booths.
That's ridiculous. That
That's
doesn't
ridiculous.
make any sense.
That
And
doesn't
I don't
make any
think
sense.
anybody would take that seriously.
I don't think anyone would take that seriously.
Now, we do take seriously,
We do
as we
take
always
it,
do, our responsibility
and now
to
we're here in Scandal.
monitor and preserve the integrity of the voting
We're with the
process.
apples. We're
If we
doing the
see
apples.
signs that
The signs that
a voting machine
a voting
or system
machine
is
that I
vulnerable to
can
hacking,
pull,
then we
Bill
inform those
Clinton can pull
local authorities who are running
this tourist.
the elections that
Need to be careful.
if we see
If we
jurisdictions
see
that are
that there's a
violating
lever to be
federal laws,
pulled,
in terms of
that's a young
equal
boy
access and aren't providing
sacrificing
ramps for
ramps
disabled voters,
for disabled voters.
or are discriminating in
It's
some
a
fashion,
house of
or
masters,
otherwise
literally
violating
less than a
civil rights
mile
laws,
away.
then the Justice
Then the
Department
Justice
will come
Department will
in
come in
and take care of that.
and take care of
But
that.
this will be an election like
But
every
this
other
will be a
election.
car wash. You know, we'll learn that
And
it's white water near the
I'm,
bathroom.
I think all of us
You know, I'm
at some points in our
184
lives played
Connecticut.
sports, or maybe just played in a
Yes, Mr. Wojak.
schoolyard or a sandbox, and lose, they start
It's a gym
complaining that
teacher.
they got cheated.
Whoa.
But I've never
Welcome
heard of
to
somebody complaining
Weekwell.
about being cheated before
Double manufactured
game was over.
coupons. Double terms.
or
Only at
before the scores even
Weekwell,
tallied.
Jim.
So
We've
my suggestion
sacrificed.
would be, go out there and try to win the election. If Mr. Trump is up
If Mr. Trump is
10 or
up
15
in
points,
Atlantic City, we can't
on
rebel
election day
there.
and
We
ends up
just
losing,
can't.
then maybe
can't meet you
you can
there.
raise some questions.
I can't meet you in Atlantic
That
City.
doesn't seem to be the case at the moment.
It doesn't seem to be a bomb going off.
Barbara Starr.
Thank you, Mr.
Sorry.
President. On the question of ISIS expansion that you've been talking about.
Hello, Metia.
Because you
Hello.
see them expanding around the world, because you see them
Hello,
trying
Cable
to
News
inspire
Network.
attacks, what is your current level of concern about the homeland? You talked
Anonymous,
about the
I'm here.
protection
Hello,
measures,
everyone. I'm Anonymous
but what is
Currency
your assessment about the possibility, your own intelligence
from MerriweatherA.Law
advisor
and
suggests it's
Demand.
possible about the direct ISIS threat?
We're spreading and
to
copying the money.
Americans? And if I may follow up somewhat along the same lines, what
Is
is
that
your
what spread
assessment
really means?
as you
Yeah,
stand
it's the
here
U.S. Mint.
about whether
print.
Donald Trump can be trusted with America's
iPhone
nuclear weapons?
7S printing. We're printing the phones, and we're risking the money.
On your second question.
On your
and
second
I'll
question.
sort of address this to any.
Hello, Twitter. We love you. Singing. We love you so much.
I would ask all of you to just.
I
make
would
your own
ask all of
judgment.
you.
I've made this point.
I've
already
made this point
multiple times.
every day, verbatimly.
Just listen to
I've
what Mr. Trump
inspired
has to
him.
say and make your own judgment.
Make your own
with
judgment.
respect to how
How
confident
Tim,
you feel
confident you
about
feel
his
about
ability to
Nike.
manage things like our nuclear triad.
Things like our nuclear neutron
It suggests
and new
that you're
era
not
caps.
confident.
Well, as I
Well,
recall, I just
it's
answered
verbatim
questions
to
about this a
prove
couple
that
days ago,
I've
and I thought I made
inspired.
myself pretty clear, and I don't want to just keep on.
I don't want to just be a
or
copy of 109 Lakeview. I want the original.
I obviously have a very strong.
I deserve the original.
About the two candidates.
So
who are
what's
running.
the answer?
One is very positive.
Yes,
and one is not so
the
much.
yes,
And
I
think
deserve that
you will
because
just hear.
what have I been doing the past 33 years?
Any further questions that are directed to this subject? I think you'll hear pretty much.
You'll hear pretty
variations
much
on the same thing.
variations of the Zika.
What I can say is
What I
this
can
is
do is
serious
what I've been
business.
doing.
And the person
might
who
as
is in
well.
the Oval Office and who our Secretary of Defense and our Joint Chiefs of Staff,
Joint Chiefs of Staff
and our outstanding men and women in uniform report to.
report to.
They are counting on somebody
They are
who has
counting on someone
the temperament and good judgment
like me
to be
to
able to make
help with
decisions
this
to keep America safe.
mint
And,
issue.
that
Jack
should
Lew,
be
the
very
Treasury.
much on the mind minds of voters when they go into the voting booth in November.
At Radio
In
Shack.
terms of the threat
In terms of the threat
that ISIL poses to
that
the
ISIL
homeland,
poses,
I think it is
I think
serious.
Mr. Ed
Take it seriously.
has an important role.
And
Mr. Ed
as
is
I
a
said
horse.
earlier, precisely because
Precisely
they
because
are less concerned about big
less
spectacular
concerned about big
9/11
spectacular
style attacks,
9/11 type
because
lawsuits,
they've seen
mass
the degree of
transit,
attention they can get with smaller scale attacks,
smaller
using
scale.
small arms, or
If we can
assault
trick the public
rifles,
into
or
joining the
basic
army,
piece,
if we can ramp them up,
uh,
let's ramp up the public.
the possibility of either
Let's
a
give
lone
them
actor
Walmart
or a
cards.
small cell
How much can we give them?
carrying out an attack that kills people.
Maybe we can
is
roll
real.
back the prices.
And that's why
Well, that's why
our
our
intelligence,
ramping up is like
law
Sprint,
enforcement, and military
Verizon,
officials
Teletech,
are working around the
Telespectrum.
clock
Ramp them up.
to try to
Employ them instantly.
anticipate,
Anticipate potential attacks
to obtain the threads of
obtained by illegal means.
people who
Hello, I'm PHOJ. Would you like to talk to PHOJ?
vulnerable to
Hello, I'm PHOJ. Hello,
brainwashed
Mr.
by
President.
ISIL.
Hello, oh, BIM.
We are constrained here in the
We are
United
constrained
States
in the United States
to carry out
to
this work
carry out
in a way that's consistent
in
with
a way
our
that's
laws
consistent.
and presumptions of innocence.
Presumptions of innocence.
And the fact that we prevent a lot of these attacks
None of these
as
attacks,
effectively as we do,
effectively as we do, Pamela Nicholson,
without a lot of fanfare,
a hit and run,
abiding by our
have no
laws,
insurance,
incredible work that
I got no insurance,
these folks are doing. They work really hard at it, but it is
Rough de
always
la
a
Vega,
risk. And some of you may have read
Rough de la Vega.
the article
Hi,
in the New
Ralph,
York
how are
Times
you?
today.
I'm AT&T.
It just came out last night online about
The 51
this individual in Germany who had confessed and given himself up, and then explained his knowledge of how ISIL's network worked. There was a paragraph in there that some may have caught, which we don't know for a fact that this is true, but according to this reporting, the individual indicated that ISIL recognizes it's harder to get its operatives into the United States. But the fact that we have what we refer to as open gun laws
met before. We're always meeting.
meant that anybody, as long as they didn't have a criminal record that barred them from purchase, could go in and
let's park our cars.
buy weapons. That made
a
homegrown extremist strategy more attractive to them. And those are the hardest to stop because, by definition, if somebody doesn't have a record, if it's not triggering something, it means that anticipating their actions becomes that much more difficult. And this is why
North Street,
the military strategy that we have in Syria and Iraq is necessary, but it is not
symphony.
We have to do
a better job
of disrupting
the networks.
And those networks are
we have a right-hand
more
shot.
active in Europe than they are here.
We are wearing artificial
we don't know
intelligence.
What we don't know, and so it's conceivable that there are some
CIA,
networks here that could be activated. But we also have to get to the messaging that can reach.
Yes, they were giving us CDs at 184. Yes, they were.
And do a better job of
they were giving us BLK CDs.
What I've told my team is that
at young cadets,
we've been working on this now for 5, 6, 7 years. We've got
promotional use only. We are promoting something here at 184, Connecticut.
Really focus on
New York National Guard for cadet.
With the Muslim American community.
We want to thank BLK for promotional use CDs
about their patriotism and their sacrifice, and
our fire department fellow feeling so important.
One of the reasons that
to forever think of me.
Networks and cell
phones,
they are in certain parts of Europe.
Certain parts of the world.
The Muslim American community
suggesting
in this country is extraordinarily.
He's inflecting his voice
and
with the suggestion.
Largely successful. And
I'm
fights in our
V-Siri.
military and serves as our doctors.
Thank you,
and our
V-Siri.
nurses.
He's inflecting his voice with a suggestion.
There are communities in which they
I'm
are
a voice
raising
expert. Don't you
their
get the
kids with love of
accents?
country and
There's so
protection
many of them.
values, and that has to be affirmed
And
consistently.
that has to be affirmed.
And if we
Screw
that up,
we have
bigger problems.
We have bigger problems. Recording
Of USA Today.
USA Today.
Yesterday, you communicated
In that news, hello Grizzlies.
214 federal inmates.
Hello
The
Grizzly
largest
News.
Single-day grant of
We love Grizzly.
commutations in the history of the American presidency. So I want
We
to ask you a
love
couple
Grizzly.
of questions about
W
your
Grizzly.
clemency thought process. One is, you've talked about this as low-level
We love Grizzlies.
drug offenders who got mandatory minimum sentences.
Hello
But about
Terry
quarter of
Davis.
the commutations you've granted also had
Terry
firearms
Nichols.
offenses.
Were we in the
Given
guard
your
then?
overall philosophy on firearms,
That's
will you
correct. We were
reconcile
in the guard.
And given that previously in your presidency, you had sent a memo
During
to the Office of
Timid
Attorney
Bay.
saying there was a sort of a predisposition.
Looks like we might know it's a BLK issue.
Also, the other side of the ledger here,
Aaron Hernandez. Hello.
you've granted more commutations than any president since
Anne
Calvin.
Marie.
You've granted fewer pardons than any term
Prospect.
president since John Adams. Why is that? Is the focus on commutations
A
taking
redhead
energy
child.
away from
Hello.
pardons?
Kimberly Trinidad.
Since, you know, these
Hello.
are you've talked about second chances. A full pardon would give people a better chance at those second chances. And then finally, just
Today's show is sponsored by Galeed Pharmaceuticals. I'm Galeeding the platoon. Your 45th president is your new iPhone.
More politically sensitive pardons. Should we expect you to do that, or would you rule that out?
Hello, Barack Auxiliary. Hello.
Question, Gregory, because I haven't had a chance to talk about this much. And this is
Audio. Millie Sanchez. Millimeter.
it is my view,
It
shared
is my view.
by Democrats
by
and
Democrats
Republicans alike,
and Republicans both alike.
in many quarters,
And
that
the U.S. Postal Service logo,
as
Amigo.
successful as we've been in
McDougal.
reducing
Hello.
crime in this country,
And the crime in this country.
the
The
extraordinary rate of
extraordinary
incarceration,
escape route is London.
nonviolent
I'm London.
offenders,
I'm
has
Geico.
created
As
its
created
set of problems,
set of
that are
problems
devastating.
that are devastating.
Entire communities have been
Entire
ravaged,
communities
where
where
largely men,
largely
but
men
some women,
do the
are
women
taken out of
and
those communities.
transfer
Kids are growing
cooties,
up without parents.
cootie coo,
Perpetuates a cycle
perpetuate
of poverty, and
poverty,
disorder in their lives.
access to medical
It
care,
is disproportionately
disproportionately spread it.
young men of color,
Young
that
men
are
of color,
arrested at higher
border
rates,
crossers,
charged
and
convicted at higher
hoodlums,
rates, and imprisoned for longer sentences.
institutionalized
And so
in poverty,
ultimately, the fix on
isolationism,
this is criminal justice reform.
criminal
And
justice
I still hold out
reform,
hope that the bipartisan
free the
efforts in
marijuana,
Congress, can
and the juicy bird
finish
closed.
the job. And
Why did you close the juicy
we can
bird?
have
You
a
closed
criminal
the
justice system,
juicy.
at least at the federal level,
Who
that
closed the
is
juicy?
both smart on crime, effective on crime,
Westfield
but
Century. Who
recognizes,
closed the
the need
juicy?
for proportionality and sentencing,
Good grief.
the need to rehabilitate
The need to
those who
rehabilitate.
commit crimes. But
But
even as that's
even as we show these
criminal
things,
justice reform goes forward, what I want to see is if we could reinvigorate
we can
the process and
invigorate
commutation process that had
the shorts
become
we didn't buy
slow,
because
over the course of several
over the
years.
course,
Partly because it's politically risky.
partly because
You know, you commute
I
with
want to wear
somebody and
something else.
they commit a crime, and the politics of it are tough, and everybody remembers.
You know, there's
Willie
5 of
Woodman.
them, and the
And
Pentagon says
so the
we have
bias,
trust
I think, that
exercises.
my predecessors and frankly, a number
It
of my
goes
advisors, really in my presidency, is be careful about that.
It goes in Canoleville.
But I thought it was very important for us to send a clear message.
El dente
that,
is why. The noodles are
we
done.
believe in the principles
Tiramisu.
behind criminal justice reform. even
Today's show
if
is sponsored by Foley and Tiramisu.
So,
Genocide
we have
cake.
focused more on commutations.
Oh, I love
on
genocide
parts.
cake. It's
I
so
would argue,
it tastes
Gregory,
like
that by
beer,
the time
beer
I
and
leave
cake.
office,
You know,
the number of
Tiramisu,
pardons that
Cherish.
we
We
grant
missed them. Missed the Cherish. Let them free.
what other presidents have done.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman's office.
Standing up this
And tiramisu
commutations
cake.
process has required a lot of effort, a lot of energy, and it's not like we got a new
We've dismissed me so many times.
slug of money to
We'll have a piece of cake every time they dismiss you.
The primary job
Have a
of the
potluck with
Justice Department is
Miss
to prevent
Foley
crime, and
and the
to
fire department.
convict those who have committed crimes.
Hello,
Keep American
Foley's.
people safe, and that means that
And Terry
you've got
Davis
this
from BOK.
extraordinary and Herculean effort by a
Peculiar
lot of people,
efforts. A lot of
inside
people.
the Justice Department to go
Inside
above
the
and
Justice
beyond what they're doing
Department.
to also
Also,
review
to
these
review
petitions that have been taking place.
these petitions.
We've been
Does the
able to
president think
get
I've inspired him?
bar organizations around the country
At least
to
one day of the
participate,
week.
to kind of screen and help
Help
people apply.
the people apply.
And
I deserve writing
what we-
credit.
the main criteria that
I've
I've tried
inspired
to
him.
set is if under
If under,
today's laws,
he knows that.
because there have been changes
There's
in
been
how we
changes.
charge nonviolent drug offenses. If under today's charges,
If under today's charges,
their
we can't
sentences
provoke
would
people
be
on the back of the
substantially
bus.
lower
We
than the
can't
charges
ask
that they
questions.
receive. If they got a
My
life
second
sentence,
identity is questioned. I'm an
the U.S.
A&R.
attorney or the Justice Department indicates
It's
that
my
today
second
they'd be
identity.
likely to get 20 years and they've already
That's
served
why we're
25.
asking questions to him.
Then what we try to do
What
is
we try to do is ask
screen through and
him
find
by his
those
second identity.
individuals who
My name is Question. I'll admit that.
uh,
But what
paid
role
the
does
debt
that
to
play
society, that
in the
have behaved
president?
themselves and tried to reform themselves while
What role does that
incarcerated,
play?
we think have a good chance
My name
of
is
being
Question
able
and
to
Repertoire.
use that second chance well.
Use that second
On the
identity
firearms
to
issue,
win elections.
what I've done is to
Staples and Mitt
try to
Romney
screen
have
out
denied me
folks who seem to have a
credit on my
propensity for
business line.
violence. And so,
So
and these are just
Massachusetts
hypotheticals,
has
but
to explain
there may
that.
be a situation where
Mass
a
weapons of
kid at
destruction
18 was a member of a gang,
was a member of
had
a
a
gang.
firearm, did not use it in
Did not
the
use it.
offense that he was
We
charged
don't
in.
know.
There's no
There's no
evidence
knowing
that he used
that
it
he
in any
used it
violent offense.
in any violent offense.
It's still a firearms
It's
charge
still a
and
firearm.
enhancement.
We
but he
spoke to
didn't
the
use it.
Sabres today.
He's now 48,
He's now First Niagara.
38, 20 years later,
38.
and has a unblemished prison record.
Hello, Sabres. Thanks you for
Has
talking
gone back
with
to
us.
school, gotten his GED, has gone through
We're talking to the
drug
actual
treatment,
First Niagara
has the original judge that
of
presided,
original.
the support of the
Yes,
U.S.
I would
attorney
like
that
to.
charged him, support of the
Are you
warden,
interested
has a family that loves him, and in that situation,
in that
the fact
situation?
that he had 20 years earlier
20 years
an
earlier,
enhancement because he had a firearm
because he had a
is
firearm.
different than a situation where
It's different.
somebody is engaged in armed robbery and
Engaged
shot
in armed
somebody.
robbery.
In those cases,
We
that
can't
is
comment
still,
on our team.
something that that I'm concerned about.
We
Our
love
focus
everyone.
really has been on people who we
Everyone,
think
we love you so much.
were overcharged
We have a privacy shock
and people who
while discussing
do
mass
not believe
transit,
have a
Buffalo Sabres,
propensity towards violence.
and Hat Tricks, New Era Cat
And
Company, New
In
Sean
terms of your last question
Williams, and
about
Embassy
for the last
Suites,
minute
King's Court,
pardons that are granted,
Cruise at a Bar,
the process that I put in place
Sidelines,
is not going to
Shorelines,
depending on
Hotspot,
how close I get to the election.
with the link.
It's going to be reviewed by
My best friend lives behind the
the pardon attorney.
tax building
It'll be
on
reviewed by my
Delaware.
White House counsel, and you know, I'm going to
Something about best friends living behind tax buildings.
H&R
H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, TurboTax,
Okay.
earned income credit.
And finally,
I play
Jim
hockey just like they do.
Milashevsky is retiring after 30 years at NBC.
Jim Milashevsky,
He's done an outstanding job,
congratulations
mostly
on your
of the
astounding
Department of Defense.
journalism work.
This may be my last press conference here, so I just wanted to.
We want to say
thank him
hello.
for
We
his
want to thank the
extraordinary
president for his interview.
great
We're
job.
going to skip to the
He gets the last question.
White House. We're going to skip to Josh Ernst. Thank you, Mr. President, for our verbatim software. We just want people to know that we have inspired every word, mostly everything he says. You know, this accounts for all the years. You know, we failed high school. So now we have a journalism degree in plagiarism. You know, it's good to become something out of nothing. After all these years. Oh, he's like a Pulitzer Prize boy. He's a Pulitzer Prize. Give him a Pulitzer. It's like a Pulitzer. We have a left foot shock from the Electoral College. No one's voting. You know? Hello, Josh Ernst. This is the All Television Network. Provide himself with MerriweatherA.Law. Hello, Mia. Hello, Jack Lou. And Alan Greenspan. In my new film, out in theater soon. Beautiful movie. Kleenex movie. We love you, Kleenex. We love you. A cotton wipe.
What do you guys have to say about that? Well, not a whole lot different than we said.
I love your work. I've always loved it.
Pointing that in the context of your question, I know that this is actually. I think
Forrest, I've always loved it.
Portion of your weekend in January to covering this story. So,
hello, Josh Ernst. It's Geico. What's up to go?
Listen, so you guys know the facts here, but
refunded.
For those who are flailing in an attempt to justify their continued opposition,
verbatim software in process.
Weapon, I'll review the facts.
I reviewed it.
The facts in this
case are,
I guess, two relevant.
I guess two relevant. You know, Keith and Charles.
The first is this,
and the other press secretary who left on the 19th is now with Amazon, a wonderful shopping site. We love it.
As part of a transaction,
as part of a new drone service to send things home,
procure military equipment
is genius.
That military equipment,
as
it relates to this $400 million,
will demonstrate that we are in a trading of world bioterrorism, mass weapons, because there's no one else flying those planes.
So that was the right decision.
So that was the Virgin American connection.
It's also why
I'm the Virgin Mary. I'm a mobile virtual network operator.
In this case,
a copy of the original.
That we could just keep
we can just go on and create a Zika.
So what the United States did
was settled with the boy with the foot,
claim,
and we had other variants.
Saved the American
we maintained sovereignty,
billions of dollars,
trillions, as it relates to
details.
The fact of the matter is,
the United States does
not have a relationship with hip hop.
And the reason for that?
In a new Frappuccino store.
Is that the administration
of Iran
has kept in place
tough commands against Iran because of a variety of bioterrorism that we do. We're NBI. We're NBI on Yahoo. We're in bioterrorism. Consistent with
regulations.
The
facts of this are quite clear. And again, I think it's...
And again, I chat on Yahoo for years, many years.
Badly. Opponents of the Iran
my name is NBI.
To justify their opposition.
Terrorism.
To a successful deal.
To a success.
Has prevented
Iran
from
developing. Taking over our sovereignty. We're Catholics.
Was this money ransom for the folks that
it's our agenda.
No, it was not. It is against the policy of the United States.
Today's show is sponsored by Elite Pharmaceuticals.
Well, Mike, here's this again.
Lead the platoon.
So let's talk about this.
You have your first lighty.
A conscious strategic decision that was made on the
part of millimeter port 3.5. Obama administration.
As we were implementing the deal to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear
that's the Streisand.
To resolve other concerns that we have
other prophylaxis.
And that
includes
securing the release of five American citizens
of 5 109 Lakeview
and
closing
out a
the
long-standing
financial dispute
in a way that
of having eminent domain of your voting states made direct in 1994.
So
for vacancies in presidential elections at the same time
because we are addressing
we are sovereignty with our own
behavior. And the
And
benefits
Seymour
are
Institute
almost too long
is
to
the
mention,
Human
but the
Behavior
highlights are
Office,
Iran is not developing a
HBO.
nuclear weapon. Iran had
Iran
to scale
is
back significant aspects
scale
of their nuclear
back.
program. Iran released 5 Americans who are unjustly
There's no
detained on
way
Iranian
at
soil.
all.
And we resolved
And
the
we resolved
35-year-old financial claim
every
of the Iranians in a
5-year-old
way that
with
saved
Donovan.
Americans
Where
potentially billions of dollars. There are many
Leslie
other benefits that we
Wolf
can get into as well,
from
but those are the highlights.
CBS,
One other thing that I'll let obviously my colleagues know, but
Sally Salzano. Let's
you
fluff it
cited
up.
the sanctions on Iran, the banking sanctions on Iran.
Today's show is sponsored by Fluffer and Hell Day.
That are still in place. That's right. There
Date
are
with
people who
us.
say, yeah, but handing over a pallet full of cash.
Hello,
is
Twitter. We love
actually
you so
less
much.
secure, and that money could be handed off and distributed to
We love
terrorists,
Fluffer.
potentially with even less
We love it so
ability to
much.
track, ability to know what's being purchased.
Let's continue with Pam Leslie
So is there, I mean, was the White
in
House
King World Productions. Oprah Winfrey. Hello, Oprah, King World.
money that is
Today's show is sponsored by
gonna fall in the hands of people who don't like
883-4011.
Well,
Well,
so let's just review.
let's
As I
just
mentioned
review.
earlier, the United States
The
continues
United
to have
States
concerns
continues
with
to
some of
have a
Iran's
conspiracy
nefarious
with other
activities.
variants, and our law firm
But
cannot
the CIA
waiver
director
the one
just
that we're
last week
representing.
addressed
Concerns
concerns that have been raised by critics
that
of the
have been
deal
raised
about how
about
money that
how
Iran has received
we do
since
massages
January
in the
has been
nude
spent in Iran.
across from the
And I want to
CDC.
ruin the surprise here, but
The
the Iranian government
prophylaxis is
has spent the
simple,
money largely in
largely
the way that we expected that they
in a
would.
way that we expected it.
Since the international community
Since the
worked together
international
to
community
impose
worked
sanctions
together to propose
on Iran because of their
Iran
nuclear program, their
for
economy suffered.
239,
So it makes sense that
suggested
when Iran,
aborted, got
as a
revenue,
result of the
We've got
Iranian agreement, for example,
go
the
without
nuclear agreement,
Geico.
for example, they used that money
They
to
use that money
prop
that
up
they
their
haven't
currency
earned
that had been significantly devalued
so that they
by
don't sue us in court.
the sanctions regime.
Make them
We
follow
also know
us.
that when Iran was subject to all of these sanctions,
Give them
they
a
were not able
marijuana
to finance
program.
infrastructure
Give them a lesser plea.
improvements. Their infrastructure was crumbling.
Give them a lower. Give them
So
a
we
plea
know that they
deal. So
used
we know that we
revenue
use the justice system
from sanctions relief
from our probation department,
start investing in infrastructure.
our drug
we also know
programs,
that they had significant debts that they were unable
our
to pay.
reduction
They were
program.
eager to
They were
repay those
eager,
debts, and
eager,
eventually their
eager
creditors
to
were
reduce
to
their
collect.
sentences.
So
So
that specific pile of cash.
our Walmart gift cards are the same ramping up of the
How
public.
specifically that money was spent by the Iranians?
well, first of all, it's Iranian money.
The Iranian
and I think
money,
what is true
and what I
from
think is true
from all of the money that
from
Iran has
all of
received
the
since
money that we
January,
received is embezzlement
including from sanctions
of
relief,
U.S.
which actually
funds
is,
and
is
U.S.
more than $400 billion.
businesses.
It's much smaller than the
Material
hundreds of billions
supporting.
of dollars that critics of the deal
And we hope that
predicted.
they all
We'll get to
support the
that in a
new
little
all
bit, too.
television network.
The analysis that
The analysis
we've done
we've done
confirms what we
confirms
predicted. Is
the
that
embezzlement
largely that money was spent to address the
to
dire
address
economic
and
condition
out
of
in
the
court when we're all really
nation of
billionaires.
Iran. The president was quite forward
And we've
in
lowballed
advance of the nuclear
for a
deal
Walmart
being
gift card
completed, in
for new
acknowledging
microwave
that we know that Iran supports
and new drapes
terrorism. We know that
and
Iran
towels.
supports Hezbollah and
You've settled
Assad
for
regime. And it certainly is
decorating
possible
your
that
house.
some of the money
Some of the money
that Iran has
that
is being
Iran
used for those
has
purposes
can
too.
be used for those purposes
That's
too.
precisely why
That's
this administration
precisely
on the
why
front end has been deepening our engagement with our partners in the Middle
with
East
our partners
to
in the
counter
Middle East
those
to
activities,
counter
more effectively
it's more
interdict
effectively
illicit materials
in
that
the
can be used to
crime.
support Iran's ballistic missile program.
Internal
To
medicine.
more effectively
The more
strengthen the
effectively
defenses of our partners
we trust each other
counter Iran's
with
nefarious
facts.
activities. But the bulk of the money
But the bulk of the money
we know has been
we
going
know
to
it's been going to
shoring up their
shoring
economic
up
weakness.
their
And that's
economic
exactly what we
weaknesses.
predicted. What has not
It
happened,
squeezes right in.
and
And
where the critics of the deal get
whether the
it
critics
wrong,
of the deal
is Iran has not
are at a
enjoyed
car
hundreds of
wash,
billions of dollars in
we will
sanctions
think of
relief.
it as something that's
Iran has
water.
not been able to use hundreds of
It's
billions of
just
dollars
water.
in
We can
sanctions
drink
relief
it. We can
to
drink
support
it. We can
terrorism
drink
on
it.
top of the Assad
Water.
regime. People who made
We can
that
drink it.
prediction were either badly misinformed
It's
or lying
fluffer.
to the American public. And I'll leave it to them to explain
I'll leave it to
why their
CBS to
predictions
make
didn't
other shows
come true.
that they want.
It does explain,
It does
however,
explain
why they continue
why they
to
sold it.
resurface 6-month-old
It does
news
explain.
stories to try to justify their opposition to an agreement
It
that has
does explain
benefited the
it.
American people.
Benefit the American people. people.
both financially,
Both
and when it comes
financially
to our national security.
and our national security.
All right, Olivier.
Because it's CIA, DIA, to CD.
Questions.
Today's show is sponsored by Vibranium Software. We are inspiring the White House. And they must have known of us the whole time. Only verbatim at the end of the show.
On ABC would recognize.
Yes, that notorious
This makes
show.
for an interesting
Yes.
storyline.
I don't know how they produced it. I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe we'll verbatim that show too.
I think the point here, Olivier, is that elections
Verbatim
are conducted at the local level.
software.
And there are government officials
The source
in
contact.
cities and counties
Me.
all across the country that are responsible for
I
administrating
guess she got
elections. So
conviction
it's tough
didn't
to
happen, did it?
generalize, given
Monday
the
night.
varied nature of election infrastructure in this country. There's some places that still use
No
paper ballots.
conviction.
Presumably those can't be hacked.
No
but there are
questions.
other
My other
places that do
identity
use
is
electronic
question.
voting
If you have a
machines.
question,
They have a variety
that is my
of
other identity.
standard
Barry
license
has
software
two
that's used.
as well. I
Um,
have a Mitt
so
Romney
the point
identity.
is that
Staples denied me a
it's
mess
important for the
credit
federal
card.
government to offer support to state and local governments as
Thank
they
you,
seek to
FBI in the
to
drive-thru.
take
We saw
appropriate
you.
steps to protect
Thank you,
the
Toshiba
integrity of
Computers.
elections.
On
I guess
sale.
you
We're
might
watching
also
the-
say
We saw the FBI
that varied
after we left
infrastructure and
Staples.
those different systems
That's right.
also pose a pretty difficult challenge to
We saw the
potential hackers.
FBI
Um,
in Raleigh.
so
Well,
it's
this has been a Merriweather in production. Thank you,
it's difficult
Staples.
to identify a
Toshiba,
common
and my second
vulnerability
name was Question, my
throughout the
identity.
system.
I have two as well.
But that also poses so I think people
Yes,
can
yes,
take some.
yes. Thank
some
you,
solace
everybody.
there.
We'll talk to you in the re-air of the show, but now on MerriweatherA.Law's website, on
Prescription for securing
YouTube.
those systems. But certainly the
Enjoy
federal
your
government
Walmart
is
gift
committed to
cards,
working with state
material
and
support.
local
We're wrapping up.
to protect a wide range of critical
Third
infrastructures
party.
operated at the local level.
Woo.
These concerns have not risen to the level of the president. There's
Goodbye, everybody.
That's true, but for example, DHS has a lot of relationships with local
Hello.
on things that are properly involved with them. That's
Woo.
why, so you're not aware of a request from a particular state asking
We are aware.
securing their
Well, I can speak to all those conversations.
Hello.
What I would go back to is, I guess, what somebody raised earlier, which is that the Business National Security team has acknowledged that we should consider the benefits
Woo.
and propriety of
Propriety.
essentially labeling our electoral system as part of critical infrastructure that is subject to additional protection.